What I'm really interested in is the way digital media has kind of transformed our culture and our sense of ourselves, our homes, our everyday lives. That's the thing that I spend a lot of my time thinking about, doing research about. My name's Nick and I work as an academic in UQ's School of Communication and Arts, and the area I work in is digital media. I'm in a room with people who are discovering these ideas for the first time, and it kind of makes me feel like I'm discovering them for the first time. And teaching is a process for me of trying to figure it out by helping you figure it out. I typically arrange my classrooms in a very kind of circular way. I talk for a bit, others talk to each other for a bit, they talk back to me. That's the kind of classroom I imagine. It kind of speaks to, I suppose, the politics of how I want to teach. My style is to sort of go in and try and frame what we're thinking about in terms of like, who's trying to get what done in the world here? Let's think about that. And then what I want the students to do is to kind of buy into that as something that matters. And then my classrooms are very kind of collaborative. Okay, let's try and establish some questions and some problems that we share in common, and then let's work on them together. I think one of the things I'm proudest of teaching over the last, and this is something I've done, say, over the last 4 or 5 years, is working with student partners, students who've previously done my course and done really well in my course, to come along and work with me on developing the next version of the course. And it was this kind of really mutual, collaborative kind of exchange between me and those students. Like, I had my arguments and ideas about how the course should be, but it was like I was really listening to the students, letting them tell their version of how the course should be. They tell me that those kind of experiences are really transformative for them, because it was like really formally acknowledging their expertise, I suppose, their abilities, their creativity to kind of make interesting stuff, to contribute to the intellectual fabric of the course, to the ideas that we were engaging with. And one of the things I often think to myself is, like, if an industry person was in my classroom, would they get this? Would they enjoy this? Would they think this is important? Like, I kind of often have that kind of sensibility to the way I teach. But like, one of the best ways to prepare people for the future is to kind of help them understand, the longer history, the longer story. And I think that's really unique about our program here at UQ, those kind of deeper threads. And I think one of the ways in which I really work on preparing students for a kind of unknown future is to kind of try and see themselves in these kind of longer currents. Not just the present moment in these longer currents, but the kind of their life and what they might do with their life, beyond kind of just getting their first job. The world is so interesting, and it's there to be made sense of, in a sense. So I hope that my students kind of were like, that's exciting to think about the world and to think about how we try and build the world together, and I'm going to be curious about all of that forever.